What's up, bros? So it's been a while since I bought knockoff Lego, and today I did buy some more knockoff Lego off of AliExpress. So yeah, let's get down to business. Alright, so here we have all of the good knockoff stuff that I got. I got like 5 or 6 minifigures and I paid about 15 bucks. It's really surprising that it only took like 2 weeks for these to get to my house. But let's get down to business. Let's choose a random minifigure to open up. Alright, now the completed minifigure is amazing. I mean, the printing is not that bad. Some of the joints are a bit tight, which is a bit of a problem, and the plastic on the body isn't that good because this is a knockoff. We have these really cool crescent pieces that Moon Knight uses, and these seem to be made pretty well. This mold is small, but it really fits a Lego minifigure well, which is pretty dope. And now the best part of this minifigure is definitely the hood. Now this piece is the main reason why I got this specific knockoff Moon Knight minifigure. We have this excellent cape mold that has some bends and stuff into the mold, which is really cool, and the hood mold itself is really nice. It's just really interesting how the hood and the cape are just like one single piece. I wonder if Lego will ever do something like this someday themselves. And right here we can take a closer look at the printing on the minifigure. We have printing all around the legs and on the torso and on the back of the torso and on the back of the legs as well, and on the arms. The printing is really nice. One issue with this knockoff minifigure though is the fact that you can't really attach the hood piece onto the minifigure clearly if the arms are in a bent position or if they're doing like a pose. You have to have the arms in a certain position for the hood to be attached. And the rest of the accessories are, we just have this black minifigure stand and we have an extra white hand. But the next minifigure that I'm going to be opening up is, I think, a Daredevil minifigure. There were a lot of Daredevil minifigures on AliExpress, and a lot of them were like in different colors, like in black and the yellow and red suit, and also the Netflix MCU suit. But I decided to get the one from the comics, which I think is the most interesting looking. Alright, now here we have the completed comic accurate Daredevil knockoff minifigure. First of all, just like the other knockoff, the joints are a bit too tight, which is a bit of a problem. We have printing all around the torso and all around the legs, and the main reason why I got this knockoff minifigure is of course for the custom molded Daredevil helmet, which I gotta say isn't that bad. I'd rate it a 6 out of 10. The eyes are a different color, which is really nice. And for this knockoff minifigure's accessories, we have Daredevil's sticks or his batons. We also have another random extra hand right here, but that's basically it for this knockoff minifigure. Next up, let's take a look at a Mr. Knight minifigure. This one looks pretty interesting and has a really interesting hood piece, so let's get down to business. Now here we have the completed knockoff Mr. Knight minifigure. Now clearly, just like the other two minifigures, I got this specifically only for the hood or mask mold. So first of all, the rest of the minifigure has some really nice printing, and just like the other two minifigures that I showed, the joints are a little bit too tight, but better than loose, am I right? Now, first of all, the hood mold matches up really well with the printing underneath. I mean, we have these eyes and they match up really well with the hood mold we have right here, which I gotta say, whichever knockoff company made this did a really good job like lining up the eyes with the mold. The mold and the detail is just extraordinary. This is really nice. Now for this knockoff minifigure's accessories, we also have some batons. We have this extra hands, but the most interesting special extra pieces we have are the scarab pieces from the Moon Knight show. We have one in gold, which is accurate, and an inaccurate one in silver. Now, even though this video has Marvel in the title, I'm going to be showing a knockoff minifigure that I also got in this haul that isn't a Marvel minifigure. It's an anime minifigure. It's a Chainsaw Man minifigure. I'm a really big fan of Chainsaw Man, if you didn't know. Now, here we have Chainsaw Man, or Denji, in his human form. The hair mold is spiky and pretty interesting. The head print is pretty mid compared to the rest of the minifigures in this haul. Body print is that bad. The torso print is okay. The arm printing is a little bit off though. But now let's turn him into Chainsaw Man. So we have the best part of this knockoff minifigure, which is this Chainsaw Man head mold, which is incredible. The detail, especially on the back, is amazing. But let's pop that on, and that looks pretty damn nice. And of course, Chainsaw Man needs his chainsaws in combat, so Order also comes with these chainsaws that you can attach to the arms. They're basically the same mold slash color as the chainsaw on the Chainsaw Man head, and these are like a metal, gunmetal silver color, which is pretty nice. And for Chainsaw Man's accessories, we have his pet, the Chainsaw Devil himself, Pochita. I think we can snap those two together, and then we have the completed Chainsaw Devil Pochita. Really adorable, and this build is actually pretty neat. And I also forgot to attach these two chainsaw holding pieces, one on Pochita and another on the Chainsaw Man himself, so my fault guys. But anyway, this knockoff minifigure is pretty peak, and his pet is just as peak, if not more peak than him. The accessories are just the extra head and hair piece and the extra hands. Now for the fifth knockoff minifigure in today's order, we have another Moon Knight minifigure. But anyway, we have some interesting accessories that can be attached to this Moon Knight minifigure. First, we have this cloth piece, and then we also have to attach another cape piece. Now, this cape is pretty interesting. Interesting mold, interesting design. The quality of the plastic isn't that good in my opinion compared to the first Moon Knight minifigure. Then we have different hood options. The first one is just taken from an official Lego piece, which is really mid and nobody cares about this one. But the next one is the main reason why I bought this knockoff Moon Knight. We have this other Moon Knight hood piece, which is pretty interesting. It's not that unique because, as you can see here, it's basically just the same mold, just without this ninja hood wrap piece on the bottom that covers up like half of the face of the minifigure. And this Moon Knight minifigure, just like the last one, has some crescent accessories, but I just like the ones from the first minifigure way more than this one. I mean, if we compare these two side by side, the one on the right is pretty mid, while the one on the left is just clearly superior. But for the rest of the accessories for this knockoff minifigure, we have this gigantic moon crescent piece, which, like, I don't know why this was included. We also have a random white hand, and then we have another one of these scarab mold pieces, which is pretty interesting. Now for the next minifigure that I bought that's a knockoff, we have this Green Goblin minifigure that a lot of people have already shown on the internet. And here we have the completed Green Goblin minifigure. He also comes with his glider, which is a pretty interesting build. It's made up of like 3 different pieces. The mold for the wings and everything is just A tier or S tier. I mean, it's pretty peak, but the minifigure itself is definitely the best part, of course. I mainly got this for the Green Goblin helmet. I mean, this helmet is just a beast. It's really nice. And we also have 2 sides of head printing, one with the goggles or visor that you can use for the helmet, and the other side is just Norman Osborn unmasked, as you can see here. And it also comes with this really nice looking armor piece that's the same color as the rest of the minifigure. It's just so detailed. And even the rest of the printing on the rest of the minifigure and underneath the armor, like the torso, The printing is just so detailed. This is truly the peak knockoff Lego Marvel minifigure experience. Now for the last minifigure I'm going to be showing in today's knockoff minifigure experience review, we have something that I actually didn't buy, but I guess the seller made a mistake and accidentally included this, or it's just a freebie. And this Moon Knight minifigure is definitely not as good as the first one that I showed in today's video, but it's something at least. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these knockoff minifigures that I bought. Shout out to the seller that I bought these minifigures from. The seller ships really fast and sells some really interesting knockoff Lego. Shout out to Big Chungus from my Discord server for giving me the idea to buy these Lego minifigures for a certain upcoming video that I'm gonna be making, so stay tuned for that. And remember to only buy knockoff Lego minifigures that have interesting helmets or custom molds that normal Lego minifigures and official Lego minifigures don't have, because those are the knockoff minifigures that are actually worth it. And if any of you bros are interested in buying these knockoffs, I'll leave like the serial number of these knockoffs in the timestamp of the reviews of each of these minifigures, so you can just copy that serial number into Google or something and you'll be able to find the knockoff minifigure, and you can just like order it off of AliExpress or something. AliExpress is definitely the cheapest place to get knockoff Lego minifigures. But yeah, have a great day. Feel free to check out my other videos. I mostly make custom minifigures. See you, bros.